Hey, how you guys doing today? Alright, I'm gonna start the reading. As usual, you know the energy's interchangeable. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. We all carry masculine and feminine energies. So if I say male, female, whatever, take it as it applies, okay? I don't know. I'm just gonna start the reading. So right now they're showing that some of you need to be open to miracles, to gifts from the divine. You know, and I know it's hard considering if you've had a difficult life or difficult upbringing or things have been really kind of shitty lately. You have to let go of any resistance that you have and any doubt that you have inside you that miracles can happen. You have to believe that they're capable of happening in order for them to come into your life. And there is something specific that you have been waiting on or hoping on and praying for that you've kind of lost hope that's ever going to come to fruition. But the universe is saying that yes, it is coming and it is going to happen, okay? You just have to believe that it is going to happen. So you have to stop doubting yourself. And they're showing me that it's a feminine energy that needs to be receptive to this and open herself up for this, okay? Because it looks like there's some type of communication that has come in or will be coming in, and it's almost like you feel like it's some type of control tactic, or maybe somebody's trying to maintain the upper hand in whatever situation you have going on and whoever it is that you're dealing with. But there is something here that is showing that it's part of the healing process. You have to go through the dark night of the soul. And as you're going through this, some of you need to go through this because you don't know how to be compassionate or nurturing to yourself. You're not taking care of you the way you need to take care of you, and you're not showing yourself the same compassion you would show someone else, okay? And I know depending on the upbringing and what we've been through in life, it's a little bit hard to just be compassionate, especially with ourselves. So if you haven't been through this, if you haven't figured out what it is that you needed healing on, this is what's coming up for you now, is that you have to learn to nurture yourself and be compassionate towards yourself. So, you know, if you're pushing yourself too hard, if you're doing everything to an extreme, you have to calm down a little bit, bring it back, so that way you can live the life that you're meant to live. Sorry. But yeah, they're showing that that is what needs to come out right now, is that's what needs to be healed, okay? Now there's someone that has been watching, or you're the one who's been watching, but someone is kind of thinking about the past. Okay, you're stuck in that place where you keep reliving things or thinking about a specific person. Okay, they're showing me a masculine energy that's thinking about a feminine energy, and it's kind of like a daydream. She's always on their mind, and they're always in that place thinking about her. But it looks like it's a twin flame situation. So they're showing that there is going to be a change in this dynamic. So if this is someone you've been dealing with and you guys haven't really been talking, or you guys have been up and down and left and right, whatever this is, there is something that is coming to a change, okay? Now, for others of you, it could be that you're just moving, you know, or you're traveling, or you're going somewhere for vacation. But the way that it's coming out, it looks like it is a masculine energy that's thinking about all of this, and perhaps even someone that has recently moved into their area, or you move closer to them. Now, this here,
Happy New Year and Happy New You with exciting new styles.
They're showing that what this is there's a family commitment, something with the twin flame that someone's either yearning for, wanting, or it's going to happen, and that's what's happening. There is some form of change that's happening in this dynamic. So it's either going to be a family that's brought together, or a family, you know, a pregnancy or a new house, or some type of commitment that's going to happen between the twin flames. So if you've been waiting for union, believe that it's possible, because that is what you need to do right now. You need to be receptive and believe that it's possible and it's going to happen, okay? Because they're showing me that's what's coming in right now. And they're showing that this masculine energy here is they want more. They're not satisfied with whatever it is that they have. So if they already have a home life with someone else, or they're living their life with somebody else, they're not satisfied in that because they're not happy. That's not where their soul is pulling them. That's not where their true happiness is. So if they already have a kid and a family and everything with somebody else, it's almost like for show, you know. They're just doing it because that's where they're obligated. That's where they need to be at. But they're showing there is going to be a change to that because they keep focusing on their other person. And they want another chance. They want a chance to do things right and make things better, because whatever happened before with you guys, it looks like they have been very sad and feeling alone. Whether or not they exhibit it on the day-to-day or they pretend that they're happy, they're really sad, okay? And they want a rebirth, a renewal to the situation. And for some of you, it's going to happen between now and the next few months. Hi Tripiando, hi Janine, how are you? How have you been? I know I haven't talked to you in that long. So this person feels really, really sad, okay? And they just want another chance. And again, I feel like it's the masculine energy, because it looks like there was an offer, a love offer that was presented to them. And they may not have taken it in the past, or they may have treated you poorly, but whatever it was something that was presented, and they're regretting not taking that offer. And it looks like the ancestors are guiding them back towards that. So if you're still open to it, and even if you're not, you know, whatever it is for you, but the ancestors are trying to guide them towards that, because it looks like it's someone that's just rushing. So they might be rushing in because they finally found the courage to take the necessary steps or speak their truth, because they may not have spoken it before, but something's happening now that's going to change. They just have to find the courage within themselves to speak the truth and take action towards that, and stop letting everything else stop them and keep them bound. Let me see. Now, for this one here, there is no action, no moves, no anything being done right now. Okay, so for the best, sometimes it's necessary for us to have the pauses, like the hangman moments, where we just sit and kind of reflect and just not make any sudden movements or try to rush things along. Okay, just focus on what it is that you need to do for you, because what's meant for you is going to come for you. Okay, they're showing that this is something that, if you're the one that's been running and avoiding, then you're the one that needs to take the action. If you've been the one trying to make this happen, then just wait and it's going to come to you. Oh my God, that sounds terrible. Good Lord, COVID is fucking up everybody's life right now. I'm so sorry, and that sounds terrible. So I don't know, Tripiando. You can't wait to go to PR, or you can't wait for your situation to resolve. Or both. So just allow this person to come in towards you, okay? And I don't know if you want to forgive or if you don't want to forgive, but forgiving is for you, okay? It's not so much for the other person. Tripiando, I don't know what you're gonna do, man. Your ass ain't never getting out of there. I'm sorry, this fucked up situation. It really is. It's bad. So understand, like, when you forgive, it's releasing any toxic negative energy that you're still holding on to. And some of you are even awakening and remembering what it is that was so deeply wounded in you as a child. And those are the things that are coming up for healing. Okay, so if you never learned how to forgive, you never learned how to let go of grudges, you never learned how to release these things, that is what is coming up for you. It's time for you to remember where these things started and how it began and where these patterns started developing, so that you can break them and change them. Okay, and it's important to just let things go. You know, I always tell people, feel your feelings, but don't let them control you. You know, it takes those moments last literally for those moments. Past that, they no longer exist. So don't let that consume so much of your life, because it's literally just that moment that it happens for. There's nothing more. Okay, because whatever this is, the isolation and the thinking, and it's good if it's reflective and you're trying to figure out how to get out of this, but it's isolating. I don't recommend if you're just going to sit in the darkness and allow these dark things to consume you. Okay, these are things that need to be released, and when you begin to release them and purge these things, they're showing that you're being guided towards a reunion. They're being guided towards their soulmate, towards their twin flame, their person, however this is working. So if it's you or the other individual, they have to heal these inner child wounds in order to come forth, okay? Because this union is going to be very devoted, okay? Whoever the person is, or both of you, are going to be very devoted to this relationship, because you guys have a very strong bond. Hi, Micah. How are you? Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Tripiando. I don't know, man. Your situation is very tricky. It's insane. So, yes, they're bringing this up, this reunion together, and it is for the purpose of unity. You guys have spiritual work and things that you guys were meant to do on this planet together. Now, once all of this transcends, there will be an offer on the table, and they're showing that it is something that's going to be coming soon. Okay, so be in a state of gratitude, you know, do morning gratitude, and, you know, list 10 things that you're grateful for. You could probably go on forever. I know when I started, it's just I'm thankful for everything in the world. But understand that that is how you become abundant, is by being truly present in this moment and being grateful for everything that has transpired in your life and everything that you do have, okay? But they're showing that it is a soulmate that is coming in for you. So if you've been waiting, hoping, wishing, that person is coming in for you, because it is your wish fulfillment. It is something that you've been hoping for and yearning for, and I'm not sure how long this has been going on. Some of you, it's been years that this back and forth has been happening. But there is some type of someone keeps intervening in this connection, whether you know it or not. There is a person that keeps intervening, and I don't know if it's a person that they just have a physical attraction to, that they keep going back to, or whatever it is, but there is someone that keeps stopping, like keeps interfering with this connection and coming into fruition. All right. Well, I'm here, girly. Damn it. Tripiando, that's too much time. And I can't even talk shit, because I identify entirely too much with the bullshit. I really do. So whatever this is, there's someone that could be coming in and pretending to be something or someone they're not, or they could come in and pretend to be your wish fulfillment and your soulmate. And that could be the person that's been intervening consistently throughout your union and preventing it from taking place. But whatever it is, there is going to be I'm going to say a tower moment. There's going to be some type of enlightenment, some type of breakthrough, something that you're going to be like, oh shit. And you're going to realize, okay, whatever it is that's been going on. All right, and if that's not what's going on for you guys, then there's other things that you guys will break through and realize that you have self-worth, and you will see what it is that's been keeping you stuck and bound, and the things that you haven't allowed yourself to feel. Yeah, I'm still doing readings. I just, like I said, I'm getting back on the ball right now. I've been a little behind on everything. So your self-worth is very important, because your self-worth shows people how to treat you. If you allow people to treat you as you're an option, then they're going to continue treating you like you're an option. If you allow people to just bounce in and out of your life, then they're going to continue to do that. You have to have boundaries. You have to tell people, this is where this stops. So if you want to communicate with me or deal with me in any fashion, then you need to respect me. You know, you have to put these things in place, because people will only do what you allow them to. And that comes from self-worth. So if you're lacking it because of past relationships, because of the pain you've been through as a child, or because you felt worthless as a child, you weren't allowed to express yourself, those are things that have to come up and be healed, and release them, and understand that your voice is just as important as anyone else's. Okay, you can't put yourself on the back burner for other people's emotions, because you're never going to be happy. You have to stop doing that. So please understand. And expectations, it's good to plan and hope for a future, but don't attach expectations to it, because things don't always work out the way we want them to. All right. And when we have expectations, that is why we become disappointed, and we're sad, and we're not satisfied with our life and what's happening in it. All right. So just be careful of that, and make sure that whoever it is that's coming into your life is not someone pretending to be your twin. All right. Because a lot of this that comes up is just tests to see if we're still fucking dumb, if we've learned our lessons, if we're ready to actually come into union with our partners. So just be smart about what's going on, because the person that is for you, they're going to show interest, they're going to be present, they're going to make themselves available for you. All right? It's not going to be yeah, and then they never show up. Now, if you've been dealing with someone, I say this so many times, you cannot change other people. They have to choose to change for themselves. Okay? As much as you love them, as much as you want them to, as much as whatever the hell it is, you cannot change anyone else. Yeah, you can message the email, Janine. That's fine. I'll reply to you after. But you can't change people, okay? Everybody has to learn to be accountable for their actions. And it really comes from when, in childhood, a lot of parents, sometimes you let your kid get away with murder. You don't teach them to be accountable or responsible for their actions. So when they grow up and become adults, they think it's okay. They think they can just do something and not apologize and not make amends and just let it rock. And that's not how life works. If you hurt someone, you need to teach your children or whoever. You have to say, hey, you did this. You need to be accountable for your actions, and say you're sorry. Apologize. You don't have to make up and be together forever, but be accountable for what you've done. Everybody has feelings, okay? And nobody likes having them hurt. That's why the world is as fucked up as it is right now, because everybody's so guarded and afraid to speak. But again, they're showing another tower moment. So maybe this is you coming into the realization that you cannot change somebody else. The person is who they are, and they're always going to be that way. You can only remove yourself, and you can only work on you. You can offer love from a distance. You do not need to stay in an environment that is not conducive for your growth, because it's showing there's some form of clinging and staying in a comfort zone because it's something that's familiar to you. You won't leave it. But you need to understand that tower needs to happen. That tower needs to fall in order for you to break free from these things. Because when that happens, that's when transformation is going to come in. But you have to be willing to step out of your comfort zone. You cannot try to play it safe and expect things to change, because it will not. Now again, we have fifth dimension coming out. So a lot of unions and stuff happen in the 5D before they come down to the 3D. And some of us are aware of this, others are not. And some of this is happening in your dream space. But understand that whatever it is, if there is some type of temptation or deception, or you've been deceiving yourself and believing that you have the strength to break out of these binds, to break these patterns that you've been going on and going through. You have that power. You just need to harness it and believe it, okay? And they're showing that it's a feminine energy that has been in a toxic environment or has been keeping herself bound, okay? And understand that we limit ourselves by our thoughts. We limit ourselves by what we believe to be true, okay? So if we keep saying, I can't do this, I can't do this, then naturally you're not going to be able to do this. You have to trust and say, you know what, I can do this. I don't worry about the hows, or don't worry about all of that. Just, I can do this, I can do this. And believe me, everything will present itself. You don't have to force it, you don't have to push it. It will happen when it's meant to happen. There's so many times that I've been like, I don't know how this is going to happen, but this is going to happen. And it unravels. It literally just shows up, and I'm like, okay, awesome, I can do this now. So just have that faith and have that belief that it's going to happen, okay? Because only you can free yourself from what you have going on. Now, this is coming in. We have fire signs and water signs that this is directly speaking to. So if you have Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, or Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio in your chart, it doesn't have to be your sun sign, but anywhere in there. But that's a lot of what's going on. So the feminine energy may have the Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius energy within them and one of their signs. Now, there is a lot of regret here, and I'm not certain if it's the feminine energy or the masculine energy, but this person is a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, has some of that energy in their chart somewhere, and they look like they're in regret. And then I don't know if it's from, I'm going to say like when you plant things, when you start to grow things, when you nourish things, someone's in regret for whatever it was that they started sometime in maybe last spring. Someone regrets that. And others, it may be a child that someone regrets having with somebody else. But these things were necessary in order for them to activate and connect with their higher selves. So if you were with someone and they went and had a kid with somebody else, that's what it is. It's like they had to experience this in order to truly appreciate you and what you bring to the table. Okay? And for some of you, let me see. This has to do with, if this is a person here that has the baby that they don't want, there's some type of financial support, some custody, I don't know, something around that area for that person who has to deal with this situation. And if that's not your situation, then others of you have a divine purpose. There's something that you are guided to that is going to bring you the finances that you're seeking. But you have to take the steps to follow your intuition, to follow the guidance that the divine is bringing you, okay? You have to connect with your higher self to get to where it is that you're meant to be, okay? Because they're showing there is decisions that need to be made. And again, someone is self-sabotaging. And they're sabotaging the twin flame connection. Someone is resisting it or refusing to believe it, or they're not going towards it. But whatever it is, understand that you're only hurting yourself. You're not hurting other people. You're only hurting you every time you go against what your soul is calling you to do. Okay? Whether on the 3D, it might not make sense. And that's the problem. A lot of people function out of the 3D. It doesn't matter if it makes sense or people are okay with it in this realm. What matters is that you are acting from your spirit. And you're doing what your spirit is calling you to do, because we came here with a purpose and a mission to complete, and you're not acknowledging it. And someone may just feel guilty for treating their twin in such a fashion that is not conducive to building and getting better and healing together. Yeah, Janine, it's really important. You know, everybody needs a reminder sometimes. I go through it and I just be like, I know all of this, but sometimes it's good to hear it and just get that, hey, wake the fuck up. Yeah, so again, there's someone that's really, they've been suffering and they feel really guilty about the way they behave towards their twin person. Okay, and if you're the person that feels guilty, understand that the past is the past. You can't change it. You can't undo it. Nothing. Like, it happened. And literally that moment that it happened in, that's the only time it existed. The more you replay it in your mind, the more it feels real. The more you keep producing all of that fucking shit inside of you, that energy, the memories, all of that is, you're reliving it and reliving it and reliving it and causing yourself pain. Stop doing that. Allow the past to be the past. It happened, it sucked, it was painful, whatever the hell it was. Acknowledge it, feel it, accept it, and release it. You know, and I don't say it because it's something that's easy, because we all get in those places. But some of the shit that I've been through recently is for me to be sad in my bed crying right now. But I refuse to do that. I will allot this much time. I'll set out a certain amount of time that I will allot to grieve. And then past that, it's okay. I'm not going to focus on this. I'm not going to think about it. Not because I don't care and I don't love. It's just, I can't do that because I will stay there. So you have to set those boundaries within yourself and say, I will feel this for this amount of time. And after that, if it's a lot of people, just Be like, respectfully, please do not bring this up to me. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I'm done with this situation, you know? And when you get to a better place, then you can address it differently and you'll be able to have a conversation. But until you're in that place and you don't feel emotions that are going to bring you back there, don't bring it up. Just pretend it didn't happen. Leave it alone. Whatever works for you to get out of that, do that, okay? Because you don't want to stay in that place, because it's delaying everything in your life. And understand that when you focus on the past, you're creating more lack in your life, in your present moment, because you're in a lower vibration. You're stuck in this vibration of there's not enough and I'm so sad and I'm so miserable. You have to let that go in order to get to where it is that you need to be. To raise your vibration, you have to be present in this moment. And Spirit's asking you to trust in the divine timing, okay? Just because it's not working out in your time and what you believe it needs to be happening right now, does not mean that it's not going to transpire and it's not going to happen. You have to stop doubting yourself and stop doubting the universe. If this is something that is meant for you, it is coming to you. If in your soul you know this is what's for you and this is your person, this is what needs to happen, believe me, it is coming. You have to stop doubting though, because that puts you in such a low vibration that you're not going to get there. And others of you, you know, this was a lesson that you needed to learn. You needed to learn how to get out of the past. You needed to learn how to release the guilt and the suffering and stop sabotaging yourself in the connections that are coming up for you. So this is a lesson for some of you, and this is a lesson that has been learned, okay? And if you have learned this lesson, then that is an amazing thing to overcome, because it's not easy. And I know it's not easy because I've been doing this. So believe me, when you get to a place where you can truly trust divine and you're just like, it is what it is, you allow the towers to fall, because that is what's meant to happen, you know? It's like reading a book. You're not going to stay on the same page, because for what? It's boring. You change the page, you go to another chapter, you keep on, let it happen, okay? Allow life to happen the way it's meant to happen, because you will be much more fulfilled. And again, they're showing that now you have the freedom. You have the freedom to go towards whatever opportunities it is that you want, whatever is presenting itself for you. You just have to take that leap of faith, okay? Because right now they're showing that fate is intervening in your life. Whatever it is that's happening right now, if you've been trying to like plead and try to negotiate and bargaining with whatever is happening, understand that if you're not making the moves, the universe is going to make the moves for you, and you're not going to like it. So it's better to just go and do what you need to do, even if it hurts somebody else's feelings, because the universe is going to make it so. If it's something that needs to happen, they're going to make it so. And that's the clarity that some of you are realizing or coming into, is that divine is going to make everything happen as it's meant to happen, okay? You just have to trust yourself, trust your intuition and the messages, and not be so focused on what everyone else is saying. Or because if we keep following other people, or we believe what people are saying, we will always be stuck. Just because someone else is closed-minded and doesn't want to move out of their comfort zone does not mean that you need to stay there and accompany them. It means, okay, you're choosing to stay here, I'm choosing to move forward. So cut ties, cut cords, whatever it is, and move forward. If they're meant to be in your life, believe me, they will circle back around. They're not going to go too far. Just, you have to do what is best for you, and you have to understand that. Please do not live in the past. Let it go. You can't change it. There's no need to stay there and focus on it, because all of those are toxic patterns, and those are the things that keep you stuck and bound. You have to break free of these things, okay? Because once you do, you're capable of doing anything you want. You truly, truly are. It's your house. What do you mean, tripeando? But that is the reading for today. I thank you guys so much for watching. I was doing live readings yesterday. Maybe I'll get on and do them today at some point, if you're interested in asking any questions. Yeah, but that's everything. I know, tripeando. I know. Your shit's gonna be a little more drastic. Like, your shit gotta be drastic, man. I'm sorry, and I'm not a hateful, mean, angry person, but that your shit has to, you have to take different measures for your situation. But again, thank you guys so much. I love you guys. I hope you guys got something from this, and I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good day.